So thank you for this roundtable. Thank you, Florence, for this very good management of the roundtable, and I was very pleased to hear very positive thing about SmartCow and many encouragement to continue. So we are coming now to the last part of the conference, and I have prepared some slides to give you some information about the future of SmartCow. First, SmartCow was the first step. We can say, I think we are all agree with this statement that it has proven the interest and the possibility to open the access of major European cattle research infrastructure to the academic and industrial scientific communities, improve the quality and ethics of research by harmonizing and improving experimental methods and data sharing, although we are very in a first step, but we have encouragement to continue, and increase the capacity of study and phenotyping in cattle by improving and developing new tools based on biomarkers, proxies, and data collected by behavioral sensors. It has also allowed the development of new collaborations and scientific advances on the challenges related to feed efficiency, emission, as well as behavior and welfare in cattle. And for me, both aspects are very important and complementary. And for me, one of the major positive things in SmartCow is the win-win strategy we could develop between some TNR project and research activity within the project. So I was looking for a positive picture about cow to finish this day. And I found this picture on the internet, and I was pleased that Jean-Charles also mentioned during his talk. Cows are smart animals. And cows are smart animals because, sorry for Mark and Jaap, they can do what no other animals can do for the benefit of man and nature, to eat grass. And we shall never forget that cows eat grass and transform grass into high-value nutrients for human. And they also are able to manage ecosystem based on grass. So it's a very important point, and I'm convinced that cows can play a major role in the future of agriculture and sustainability. So what's next? I think in the consortium we had a meeting yesterday afternoon, and we all agreed to continue to integrate and develop the SmartCow community, but Jaap, you're right. What is the community? Probably larger than SmartCow only. I agree with you. And I see 4 points. It's first to continue to strengthen our efforts in improving ethics in animal experimentation. It's a key point if we want to continue to use animals in experiment. We are all convinced that it's necessary, but we have to improve our procedures, improve and also communication with the society. It's a big challenge. Of course, we need to continue also efforts to expand the phenotyping capabilities. And I picked this sentence from the abstract, the Belgian colleague Nicolas Gengler, who will give an invited talk in the SmartCow session in Porto in September. So you are all invited to attend this session during the conference. In the age of genomics, phenotype is king. So I think it's very important to continue these efforts. But we have also, SmartCow was a project very focused on the animal level. We have also to investigate the role of animals, and particularly cattle, in sustainable agri-food systems. And I think what important thing is to integrate more the services and to develop multidisciplinary services integrating animal science for the agroecology transition. And finally, it was said by Jaap during the roundtable just before me. I think it's also very important to develop links with other integrated research infrastructure in animal science. We have, of course, AquaExcel, who paved the ways before us, and we have now PigWeb, and we can think about what could be done with poultry. So what we are doing now is to form a SmartCow European Research Group. So what is the European Research Group? It's a cooperation instrument to sustain networking and exchanges between partners. It is based only on in-kind contribution. So to continue our effort, we decided to sign an agreement between all partners of SmartCow. And we define a roadmap with this following task. First, to continue to sustain the website and common tools like the data platform, update the mapping of infrastructure. It was stressed this morning after the first talk. Our mapping effort is not finished. Continue to update the data catalog, continue to work on common guidelines for measurements, ethical procedure, etc., with involvement of different stakeholders. As such, ICAR is for sure an important organization we have to discuss with. Also, to maintain training and dissemination activities. Thank you very much, Jimena, for your talk, because you give us very interesting information. We will look at all your information about how to continue to disseminate our outcomes. Continue the dialogue with the scientific committee and stakeholder, etc. Strengthen collaboration with partners within and outside Europe. And the European Research Group want also to act to promote research priorities in national and in European agendas and act as a platform for building up new proposals. So all SmartCow partners, the 14 partners, signed the European Research Group agreement, and it is now, from yesterday, officially launched for 4 years at least, because the agreement is for 4 years, and we can renew it in 4 years if we want. And as you said, Jimena, this is a very informal, I don't remember if it was plan A or plan B, maybe plan B in your talk. But we will follow this plan. But we will not only follow this plan, we will try also to follow plan A. Because we are very ambitious. So, as you know, you give us a small flavor of that. SmartCow will be part of the AgroSurf project. So the AgroSurf project was selected in response to the topic InfraServe that was open last year. The topic was called Research Infrastructure Services for Sustainable and Resilient Agriculture and Agroecological Transitions. So the mission of this project, AgroSurf, is to support research and innovation by providing customized and integrated research infrastructure services with two major aims. First, advance knowledge on agronomic and husbandry practices, preserving biodiversity and reducing the impact of agriculture on climate. And second, to support the development of new agroecological practices by fostering transdisciplinary approaches and integrating the socio-economic dimension. So it's very broad. You can have almost everything about the future of agri-systems in Europe. It's very ambitious, but it's based on research infrastructure and providing services to private and academic communities. The project is led by the infrastructure INRAE, Analysis of Ecosystem and Environment, and it is led by the CNRS in France. It gathers more than 70 partners from 12 recognized European research infrastructure. The project has 15 million budget, and it will start in September 2022 for 5 years. So here on this picture, you have 12 infrastructure. So it started from, I don't know if it works. No. It starts from the molecule level, microorganism, plant, animal, ecosystem, value chain, up to society. So, and you can see here the different infrastructure Probably you know some of them. We talked just before about Elixir. It's an infrastructure on data management, Euro bioimaging, and FACES, it's an infrastructure in plant phenotyping. And in this project, it will be an opportunity to develop some link between FACES and SmartCow, an infrastructure on marine biology, INRAE, of course, and then the food chain, Metro Food, Ibisba, LiveWatch, and some partners also involved in social science. So as you can see, AgroServe will be a multi-scale approach to provide services on plant, soil, animal, ecosystem, agri-food chain, and a multi-actor approach through also involvement of living labs together with infrastructure. Probably more on social science in the first step. And what will SmartCow do in AgroServe? So SmartCow will continue to propose services. So for outside of the consortium, important to know that there will be new opportunities to apply for TNA calls. SmartCow will have for transnational access in the AgroServe project a budget of around 1.4 million euro, which is quite equivalent to what we had for TNA activity in SmartCow. It will involve the same partners that were providing services in SmartCow, plus the CRA Wallonie, to provide services on near-infrared and mid-infrared techniques. We will propose three types of services. The first one is the continuation of what we did in SmartCow. It's phenotyping and evaluation of efficiency and emission in cattle, and also on health and resilience and welfare. The second service will be new at a more integrated level. We aim to provide services on the evaluation of agroecological practices and systems, and we will focus on grass-based system, on agroforestry. So we introduce a new platform in the project. And the third service we will try to provide is to give access to cattle phenotyping data. It is a virtual access it's also new because it was not in SmartCow. And in the AgroServe project, SmartCow will lead a work package on access quality management and ethics aspects concerning, of course, animal experimentation, but also the whole project, together with EMBRC infrastructure. No. Okay. So we have also some other prospects. We have, at this stage, I will not develop because it's very too early, we have some contacts with some groups about the Horizon Infratech call. So it's, as Jimena mentioned, is to build a research and development project for the next generation of scientific instrumentation, tools, and methods. We are in discussion with a consortium. It was too early for this year, but we continue to discuss with the possibility to propose something for the next calls. And finally, it was a question you also mentioned, Jimena. We start to think about this S3 roadmap. We are starting some discussion together with BigWeb and with AquaExcel about the possibility or not. So, as you said, at this stage, the response is yes or no. Because, as you said, the timing is a bit complicated. But, of course, we are very interested to see that on the S3 roadmap that was published end of last year, in the landscape analysis, the gap was identified regarding the focus on animals in agriculture and food subdomain. So I picked the two sentences that identify the need to have an S3 in animal science, focus on animal genetic resources, phenotyping and breeding, animal health, And it is also mentioned large farm animals, poultry and fish in relation to climate change and higher feed efficiency. So it's what I wanted to say to you for the future of the project and the community. The next opportunity to meet with large people will be at the EAP conference in September in Porto. We have a second SmartCow session. We had one last year. We will have one this year. And it's entitled Method and Technologies for Research and Smart Nutrition Management in Dairy and Beef Cattle. So thank you for this, for your attention. If you have questions. Comments or questions? No? Nothing on the chat? So everybody is tired. So I can just continue with a closing. It will be very brief. So SmartCow Horizon 2020 is closed. It was for me a great pleasure to coordinate this project. I hope you enjoy the final conference. Of course, we will share all the slides. I hope Jean-Charles and Jimena, you also agree that we share the slides on the website. The whole conference was recorded, so I think it will be possible to see again on, I don't know, on a YouTube channel.
Well, on the website.
On the website and the link. Okay. We also produce a video. You saw part of it during lunch break. So long life to the SmartCow community. So the great project is coming to an end, but we have many exciting prospects to continue our activities. And finally, I want to thank warmly Marlène, Ricardo, Bernard, Vincent, and Florence for the organization of the conference. Oops. I want to thank all the speakers. Thank you to all conference participants who had very good questions in the room, but also on the chat. We will download the chat. And a big thank to you, to all project participants, staff, students, postdocs for their very good involvement and contribution to the project. So thank you very much.